Hello, good boys and girls. I kind of want to start saying that in the videos. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to do something that I actually never do, at least not very often. I'm going to do my very first review of an older used motorcycle. 2006 Honda Shadow, baby. Okay, if you guys saw this video right here, you will know that my mother, Mama Two Wheels, rides this beautiful 2006 Honda Shadow Aero 750. That's a big mouthful. This is not a stock motorcycle. It is also not heavily customized. So I think this is going to be a really good, informative, kind of talking points video of a traditional used motorcycle. And if you guys are in the market for a new bike, I'm going to tell you why I think this one is the absolute king. Some quick statistics on this motorcycle. Like I said, this is a 2006. It's a 17-year-old motorcycle, carbureted, and it has 17,000 miles on it. So for a 750cc motorcycle, I kind of want to go into the details on what I think about this bike, what I think I would change about this bike, and how this bike will impact a lot of manufacturers out there currently. Let's hop on and go ride. Okay, so quick overview about this motorcycle. I did say this is a carbureted bike. So we have our petcock right here. This controls our fuel. So you have 3 modes. There is reserve mode, off mode, and on. This is our choke. So to put enriched fuel into the carburetor to help the bike idle a little bit warmer on cold starts. And then of course we have our ignition. Mama Two Wheels also has some lights. I don't know if you can see, but she has some like party lights, auxiliary lights, whatever. So we got the bike on. It is in neutral. And we're ready to go. So I'll go ahead and do a quick little start for you and let you hear how it sounds. I hope you heard that. Alrighty, let's take her for a ride. So immediately right off the bat, I am truly not a fan of these beach cruiser style bars. If you guys watched that last video with Mama Two Wheels in it, you will know that Jordan is planning on changing the bars out for her, but unfortunately we just kind of ran out of time. All right, 750 cc's. Let's get her up on the highway. Wow. I'm getting whipped by the tassels. 750 cc's. I'm doing about 65 miles an hour right now. Of course, this bike does not have a tachometer, so I don't know what the RPMs are looking like, but it feels like sitting at 65 miles an hour, I'm probably doing 2,900, close to 3,000 RPM. Woo! It's gonna rain soon, so might keep this video a little short and sweet and to the point. Oh, roadkill. Very nice. Very nice. The thing, like the main talking points I want to discuss about this motorcycle is the fact that I think a lot of new riders have it in their head that they need to ride a specific style of bike. And I'm here to tell you there's one rule. When you decide you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, the one rule I want you to ask yourself is, what rider are you? Are you a sport bike rider? Are you a naked upright bike rider? Are you a cruiser rider? I think that's the number one question you need to ask yourself before you really start looking into buying a motorcycle. For me, my whole identity as a new rider, I knew I was going to be a cruiser girl. I just knew it. I wasn't a Harley-Davidson girl. I wasn't a Honda girl. I wasn't a BMW girl. I just knew I wanted to ride a cruiser style motorcycle. So if you're watching this video, that probably means you're interested in cruiser rider motorcycles, especially affordable and beginner friendly motorcycles. By the way, if you are new to the channel and you're watching this video for the first time, hello, my name is Jess. I ride all things two wheels, no matter what kind of motorcycle it is, and I post 2 brand new YouTube videos every single week. So if this is your first time here, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and sticking around, that would be rad. So a little backstory on this bike specifically. My mother, Mama Two Wheels, decided that she wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle in 2017, I believe. 2017 or 2018, might have been 2018. And she did the right thing. She got her learner's permit. She took her motorcycle endorsement test. she passed, and hey buddy. The thing that she did is also the same thing I did when I was learning how to ride, is I got so enamored with the idea of riding that I ended up buying my first motorcycle before I even knew how to ride it. I bought almost the exact same version of this bike for my first motorcycle. I had a 2003 or an 04 Honda Shadow VLX 600, so it was about 150 less cc's than this one. And I wish I would have found this bike, man. If I could have found this as my first bike, life would have been golden. So I think the most attractive feature about this motorcycle specifically, there's two things. This bike is going to last literally forever. If you maintain it properly, take it to the dealership or do your own work, know what you're doing, this bike is going to last you forever. And then if you decide like, all right, this is it, this is the bike you're going to get, the price, baby. I am so sorry, but I love that people love their Harley-Davidsons. They love their really big, expensive motorcycles. But for your first bike, I highly encourage you to get a small enough motorcycle, an affordable enough motorcycle, and really build your confidence. That's what I did. I definitely could have started on a bigger bike, but I don't know if I would have wanted to have gone much bigger than a 750cc motorcycle. This bike has 5 gears. You can take it on the highway, you can take it on the interstate. It's very, very lightweight and nimble, especially for me, someone who's used to riding very large motorcycles. But I can tell you right now, I do not like the beach cruiser style bars on this thing. It's really awkward and uncomfortable to turn. The bike itself is very short and shallow to the ground, so I do feel kind of cramped up, even though I'm using forward control pegs on this motorcycle. But that is one thing I definitely want to talk about. I know especially new women riders out there, being able to flat foot a motorcycle is probably the most important thing than anything when it comes to shopping for your first bike. I don't know for a fact what the seat height is on this motorcycle, but it is so low. I am 5'7" tall. I have an inseam of about 30 to 31 inches, depending on what shoes I'm wearing that day. And my legs are so comfortably bent. I am flat footing this motorcycle like it's nobody's business. This bike would be even more easy to flat foot if the seat was a wee bit narrower. So again, I was talking about price. Mama Two Wheels found this motorcycle for sale, I believe on like Facebook Marketplace. The guy was very, very humble, very honest why he was selling it. He bought himself a bigger motorcycle. She got this bike, if I'm not mistaken, I think she paid $2,000 for a whole ass, fully functional, perfectly in tune motorcycle. There is nothing she had to do to this bike to get it up and running and reliable. It just comes that way. It's a Honda, baby. So the things that are a little bit different about this bike that new Hondas have going for them, if you don't know, Honda actually just re-released their Shadow lineup. If you're not familiar, the Honda Shadow Phantom is their newer fuel-injected model of this bike. I do believe the Phantom still comes in a 750cc. I don't know if it goes any higher than that. Honda used to have an amazing lineup of cruisers when it comes down to the VTXs, the VT, like the 1300s, like these big bikes, man, these really big, powerful cruiser motorcycles. And I'm just heartbroken that they had to get rid of most of those. So total transparency, if somebody new who is just learning how to ride comes to me and says, Jess, what do you think? I'm a new rider. I like cruisers. I really want a Harley, but I'm too scared. They're too heavy, too big, and too expensive. I immediately say, get yourself a Honda Shadow. I love the Shadows. They are just quite literally the perfect motorcycle. And if I would have been able to afford one back when I was first learning how to ride, I totally would have bought the fuel-injected Shadow Phantom. And honestly, I don't know if I would be where I am today with my Harley-Davidsons if I would have started on a bigger bike like the Shadow Phantom. So Mama Two Wheels has been riding this bike around for 5 years, off and on. You know, she's not a daily rider like myself, but she loves to putz around, go to the grocery store, commute to work, and just really enjoy her time on the bike. She has never, ever expressed a need for a different motorcycle. She would like to change this one up, and we are planning on changing this bike up for her to fit her style a little bit more, but she has never said, I need more power, I want more weight, I want nothing. This bike has been perfect for her, and she's absolutely head over heels in love with Jack. So for me personally, I already mentioned to you guys, I'm 5'7", I have an inseam of 31 inches, and I feel comfortable on this bike, but I do feel like, I don't know how to explain it, like a little, well, she has the, oh yeah, there we go. Got my feet out on the highway pegs now. That feels good. It's nice that it has a windshield. I do feel that pocket of air, and it feels like it's keeping the air off my chest, which this bike can go. So you kind of want a bike that's going to have a little bit of a fairing or a windshield for you if you're getting on the highway and stuff. Just a bit more protection and reduces some of the fatigue of riding long distance. Now the mirrors are a little wonky. You might have to check on that. Shifts totally excellent, brakes wonderfully, very responsive. It is not super loud, but I do love that you can hear the bike downshift. I love that you can hear what you're doing. Does not have self-canceling indicators, and the one thing I do miss on older bikes like this, look at how simple these bars are. You got your horn. That's a fun horn. So you got your horn, you got your indicators, your turn signals, and of course you got your high and your low beam over here. And then over here you have your kill switch and your ignition button, your start button. And that's it. You don't have a 50,000 bells and whistles. You're not worried about just looking at everything. And this is the simplicity of older motorcycles that I absolutely love. I'm not sure how big the tank is. It definitely looks like at least a 3.5 gallon tank. The only thing I do like, I know a lot of people like having clean bars. Obviously Mama Two Wheels has a bar bag and other things, but I don't like bikes that have all of the tacks and the information down here, because especially if you wear helmets like I do, I have to physically take my eyes off the road and look down. And I do catch my mom looking down because she is speed conscious, which is good. I want her to be speed conscious, but I don't want her to have to take her eyes off the road to make sure, like, oh, am I going too slow? Am I going too fast? So I do like having the gauges up on the bars, up at a little more easy eye level visibility, but other than that, that's just something you kind of get used to. Even though these are forward controls, they really don't feel that far forward. I basically just wanted to get on here and make this quick video because I have a lot of you guys requesting that I review older motorcycles, used motorcycles, stuff like that. The reason I'm only ever riding newer bikes is because those are personally the bikes that I am gravitating towards. Those are the bikes that I enjoy to ride. But if I had to do this all over again, if I was just starting my riding journey, especially with how popular motorcycles on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that are, I see used bikes for sale all the time, and it really does like give me that like, oh, you know, that hit of adrenaline, like, oh, this is so cheap, I can afford that, oh, I can go buy this in cash, you know, stuff like that. And I really miss that feeling. I bought my first motorcycle, I paid $2,000 in cash for it, and it was so close. It was so close to being the perfect first bike. And I know for a fact if I would have found a larger platform like this one specifically, I don't know that I would be on a Harley-Davidson right now. I wouldn't have felt that need to grow up and move into a larger motorcycle as quickly as I did. So if you guys are thinking about it, I don't know if many Honda dealerships allow test rides. The best you can do is maybe find a buddy with the same bike, or if you're interested in test riding one, if you're competent enough, please. If you're an actual new rider, I wouldn't suggest going and riding somebody else's motorcycle, but you should really feel this. Try it out. At least go throw a leg over one. Feel the weight. Feel how your legs feel up on the what's it called, pegs. And just think about it. I mean, think about what's best for you. What's best for your wallet, not what's best for your peer group or your friends. Or don't ever let anyone peer pressure you into riding something that you're just not comfortable with. And I don't care what anybody says, dude. If somebody rolls up to a bike night on something other than a Harley-Davidson, you bet your ass I'm gonna go check out that other bike before I check out any Harley. And that's just because I know those people They're real riders. They do it for the love of riding. They do it for the sport. They do it for the feeling instead of just wanting to look like the cool guy. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look like a cool guy. This is not a hate on Harley-Davidson video by any means. I own multiple Harleys. I personally know, especially women, they get into the mindset of, I want to learn how to ride. My boyfriend only will let me buy a Harley. That's absolute bullshit. I am so sorry. That makes me so mad when there are people out there peer pressuring new riders into something that they are just not ready for. Harley-Davidson does not make a very good entry-level motorcycle. That's where this whole conversation starts. This is an entry-level motorcycle. The smallest displacement motorcycle that Harley currently has on the market is probably the Sportster Nightster. It's the brand new Nightster. It's a 975cc motorcycle, and that's on current distribution right now. If you want to go back to the air-cooled irons, the older Sportsters that they discontinued, you're looking at getting an 883cc motorcycle, a bike that is still over 500 pounds, and that's the smallest option they have currently. So when it comes down to learning how to ride your motorcycle safely, I seriously encourage you guys to check out the Honda Shadows. If you guys have any other questions about this motorcycle or what my opinions on new bikes are, please leave a comment down below. I'm going to be taking the time to answer the comments on this video specifically because it's not very often that I get to hop on someone else's motorcycle and make a video about a very, very popular subject, and that is new riders. So I guess I'll wrap that video up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later.